I came up with 3 words that I base my design on, and it's minimal, it's magical, and it's mindful. And I really try to make these long-lasting, functional pieces of design that have a minimal impact on the environment. My name is Hygge Frost from Denmark, and I am the designer of this series called Sideways for Carl Hansen and Son. So the little town I came from was very small, and first class till 7th class I went to a very small school with only 1 class per year, and then I moved to Aarhus to study at the architecture school. As a child I really liked sports, and I liked language, and mostly those 2. So my dad was a bricklayer. He made most of the houses we lived in when I was a child, and I was lucky to be part of the building process, and I think this started my curiosity and my interest for materials and for architectural side of and design side of what I work with now. For me it's really important that it is if I design something, it has to be relevant, and it has to be something that can be justified to put into the world. There's a lot of furniture already out there. So I went home and I had to reconsider my profession. So I came up with 3 words that I base my design on, and it's minimal, it's magical, and it's mindful. In 2019, I was asked to participate in a TV show, and it's called Denmark's Next Classic. It's a concept where 5 designers all had to design 6 different pieces of furniture during 18 weeks. So that means only 3 weeks per item. One of the assignments was to design a sofa, and it was a sofa for 2 people, and you would have to be able to take a nap in it as well. Some of my observations of us human beings is that we spend a lot of time looking at our digital devices and not enough time talking to each other. So I wanted to design a sofa that could naturally lead people to have conversations. So the shape of the sofa has these curves because I wanted to let people sit sideways, and thereby the name. So this was the concept for designing and developing the sofa, and also the rest of the series. So the shape of the sofa has these 2 curved parts. If you're a short person or a not such a tall person, you will have the best comfort there because the seat depth is smaller than on the other corner. So if you're a taller person, then you will have the best comfort in that. So according to who you are, you might fight for a certain position in the sofa. I tried to work with the comfort of the sofa in a way so that you can move yourself and still sit. So because it's rounded, you can turn a bit and still have the same comfort. People are meant to move. They're not meant to sit still in the same position for a long time. This will be bad for your body. So I often design things where it's possible for you to move and still have great comfort. But the brief was also to create a space for taking a nap. And for me, this was then creating a bigger corner where you can cuddle up and maybe turn into the sofa and make a shield for all the noise and distractions during the day. So, and then on the other end, I've left a little space for, if you're a long person, your feet can stick out. So this is how the shape has come to what it is today. It's really thinking about the functionalities as well as the aesthetics. So the chair is also designed with this in mind, that I can turn to people to my right and still have this comfort, and I can turn to the left and have, again, great comfort, and of course also sit straight if people are in front of me. And the curve in the front is also a way of welcoming you as a user of the chair. So it's embracing you. Please have a seat. The round shapes also make this sofa non-directional. So this makes the shape great for placing in all kinds of architecture, because it doesn't have a direction. So you can put it on an angle, or you can put it in the middle of a room. It won't look weird, whereas you put a square sofa in the middle of a room, it might look a bit off. So this also gives it an advantage in a certain architectural room. I started out thinking that the sofa should have these comfortable seating with a voluminous upholstered part. And then to balance this, I liked the idea of creating a more slim and elegant frame. And for that, I thought maybe I could work with papercord. I never worked with papercord before, so I looked into the masters of papercord in Denmark, and that's Carl Hansen and Son. So I looked for inspiration there, and then I thought, yep, I'm going to try use this. A mix of material is not only because I think it's aesthetically beautiful to look at. For me, it's also a way of trying to encourage people to have these sensory tactility experiences. When you touch wood and paper and upholster, you will, I believe you will store these memories through your fingers, and you'll be aware of the resources that we use. And in that way, you might be able to take better care of your things, so they will last longer. So it's more of an idea also to give some material knowledge and some experience onto the users. On my prototype, I used black paper cord, and therefore I used the black cord as well. But the black cord actually broke when I tried to pull it through, because I thought it was just because I wasn't skilled that it broke. So we tested a long time with humidity and all kinds of things, and it turned out in the end the way I've designed it, we couldn't make it work quality-wise with the black cord. So that changed, and now it's only with natural cord. So while designing the sofa for the TV show, when using the paper cord, I thought, maybe this sofa could be something for them. And I know they get tons of ideas sent to them all the time. But I thought maybe I could send an email to the CEO, Carl Hansen, inviting him to watch the TV program. So I did. And I don't regret that, because he wrote back and said he would look forward to watching the program. After that, he contacted me and said, let's meet. And yep. Turned out that we both had an idea that this could be a good match. A big challenge was the solid wood that is steam bent is a very difficult task to do, and only because they're very skilled at Carl Hansen and Son this is possible. There are several tests made to make sure this could be exactly the same every time they manufacture a new one. And then there is all the curved upholstered parts. I've made them without a seam, like normally you will see a seam here, a sewing seam. And we worked hard to not have these seams, because they're just more clean and more aesthetically to look at. So this was also quite challenging, and only because they are very skilled upholsterers, this is possible. When I first showed the drawing, they said, we cannot do this upholstered part, it's too difficult. And I tried to look into other items that also had quite a difficult upholstered part. And I said, but they can do this. And then they were like, okay, we gave it another try. And then in the end, they found a way to do it the way that I initially also thought was the best. So these kind of push and pull talks are great. Even a very small detail in this table is there is a little cork plate so that when you turn the table, it won't scratch the surface of neither of them. And this little cork ring, we discussed a lot what kind of material it should be. But because cork is also quite environmentally friendly, I really liked that. And we tested sizes and lots of things. And in the end, we turned out that this was okay for us to use. So I've had my studio for over 20 years now. And I must say that Carl Hansen and Son have been one of the best collaborations, because this kind of workshop that they have and these skilled people they have, not every time I work with people, I'm privileged to work directly with the workshop. And this just works very well. It's both for me an experience where I learn a lot about their manufacturing process, and also a way of seeing that when people are just as passionate about small details than myself, we can accomplish really nice results. So it's been a great experience for me, and I wish for every designer that they could try this just once in their life.